Welcome back to What's Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Hummel. It's the Tier 6 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Pilsen and it's under the command of Talon 1958. Now I can tell that from the short barrel that is the stock howitzer. It's the same howitzer, it's the top gun on the Gorilla, and it's incredibly accurate. So much so that you can actually land the shells on the engine decks of some of the targets. Now the Hummel's made from the hull of the Panzer IV with Panzer III running gear, and they use the same hull for the Nashorn as well. In fact, the same hull was used to carry around the shells for the Hummel. They actually have one without the gun and just loaded it up to the top with shells and with powder charges. Now the Hummel uses two-part ammunition. The actual shell itself is quite big, but the powder that actually propels it's in a little brass cartridge, and they put powder bags in that cartridge as to how far the shell has to go, so they vary the amount of strength of the gun based on the powder. It's a very ingenious way of doing it because you can have a low power shot for very close range work, or a high power shot to go long range. Just vary the amount of powder in the silk bags. They use silk in the bags, which is rather unusual because the Germans must have had a shortage of silk if you think about it during the war, because basically silk was used for parachutes as well. Because they didn't have nylon back in those days. He's fired around between that 40 TP and the IS, and he actually hit the 40 TP, and I think he stunned that VK at the same time. Okay, the 40 TP wasn't happy about it, that's why he's pulled back. But Talon's almost loaded, and I think he's going to go another shot on the VK. Rounds out. And a direct hit! Now that's bound to have damaged that VK considerably. Over by the doors of the shed. I don't know if it's a warehouse or a factory shed doors. There's an IS just hiding around the corner. He's unspotted at the moment, which is why the reticule's moving to the left. And he got a direct hit on him. Couldn't see him, but he certainly hit him. Okay, on that corner, going back to it, we've now got a T-29. Runs out. Lands just in front of him. Now the good thing about the stock gun is it's also got a faster reload, but it is shorter range, which obviously does give you a bit of a problem hitting some of the enemy. Oh, now the 40 TP pulled back just in time to avoid the shell. He can't get any shots on the enemy Arty, who he thinks are in the southwest corner of the map. But he can still hit these guys on this corner. So he's continuing to do so. Rounds out on the T-29. Direct hit. 125. Unfortunately, our RIS is taking a bit of a plastering from the enemy RT. I can see that because he just got stunned. The enemy RT, well, they've got two. They've got an M12. Or three actually. An AMX-13 F3 and a Hummel. Which is why their guys are stunning our guys and we're stunning theirs. Mind you, that T-29, only one more hit's going to see him finished, and oh, well, the IS got killed by the T-29, but let's see if Talon can finish him off. He's got a red line from some of that rubble at the moment, but I think he'll give it a shot anyway. If he can't hit him, he'll hit the IS. Okay, in the coal yards we've got a KV-2 and he's trying to kill our Jagdpanther. Now he's not tracking that KV-2 with enough, but when he actually starts going away from us it's much easier to hit him. And he's lined up on him now, going for the engine deck, rounds out. Oh, KV-2 pulls back just in time, but he gets tracked. And that Super Hellcat's getting way too close for my liking. Well, the enemy KV-2 has been wiped out, but he was wiped out by our Arty, the GW Panther. Both those tanks over on the east side of the map, the railway line, have actually now effectively gone behind us. So rather than stick around, he's actually making a beeline for these bushes, just in case the enemy tries to come up behind us. And he might have a better shot at hitting the enemy Arty now. Looking around for targets. Oh, there's the enemy Hellcat. Now he can't see Talon because Talon's in the bushes and he's probably got full camo rating and just about everything else. So he's going to try a shot, I think, at this Super Hellcat. Rounds out, lands right behind him and tracks him. He's taking damage, but he was seen. And so that Hellcat more than likely is going to try and take a swing at him. So he's trying to move as quickly as he can. The Super Hellcat was taken out, but he was spotted. And he's now trying to get into cover of some form, and he's weaving as he goes to throw off the enemy Arty. They can't see him now because obviously 6 seconds has expired, but he doesn't want the enemy Arty to get an idea where he is. There's still one tank down on the enemy. He's now in amongst the coal heaps, so he's difficult for them to spot. Okay, so Jackson can't get a shot on him. He can get a shot on this Jagdpanther, but the guy's moving, and I don't think he's going to be able to dial in accurately in time. He's looking around for another target. He hasn't got a shot on that Jackson. He'd like to, but he can't. Not yet. If the guy comes up to that corner, he might be able to get a shot at him. Unfortunately, both of our friendly Arty have actually been wiped out. They didn't move and they got taken out of the game. Which means now that Talon is the last Arty left alive on his team. But he still has some teammates. There's still 4 of them. But they're facing 7 enemies. Now, has he got a shot on that 40 TP? I think he has, although he's got a grey line some of the time. That's it, he's got it lined up. And a good hit. 40 TP. He actually managed to hit him for 161, and there's the kill shot from the Jagdpanther. Sometimes it's just a question of teasing the line over the target to see where the red line starts and the green line ends. And especially if you get a grey line, that normally means there's some other problem, either they're out of range or there's some obstruction in the way. Now over here we've got a T-34. Oh no, it's not. He's an IS. Our T-34 2GFT is facing off against that IS, and he's got no shot from this angle. He might have to go around behind that coal pit in order to get that shot that he needs. And an enemy tank has started capping against the Jagdpanther. Now if he goes around this corner, the Jagdpanther is probably going to see him, so he's actually going to try a shot at range. Here we go. Rounds out. Good shot! Stops the clock and resets the cap and takes the Jagdpanther out of the game. It's now 4 versus 4. Now that IS is a one-shot. You only need to land a shell near him, but you notice how he teased the line over the red line. It wasn't getting anywhere, but he's now going to try at this angle. Yes! That's his second kill, and a very good one as that, because it now means there's only this Jackson and 2 Arty versus 4. And there's one of the enemy Arty. He's been spotted, and he was taking a shot, so he's now unloaded, and he's hiding behind this fence post. Talon fires around in. Oh, nice. 163 hit points to splash. It also tells the AMX-13F3 that Talon's over on the east side of the map, and also that he's been seen. They know where he is. So he's going to probably try and make an escape. But he might try a shotgun on one of our guys before he does. There's not a lot he can do, really. He can run back where he was. But if he does, he'll go straight into the Jagdpanther. There's the enemy Hummel. This is good. And he's killed. Which means the AMX F3 must be... 13F3 must be in that neighbourhood. Yes, there he is. It's been spotted. And he's actually coming up behind our T-34 2GFT. Oh, stuns him. But he gets wiped out by the T-34 2GFT. Lovely. So Talon picks up the stun assist, and that is the end of the game because they killed the Jackson. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a first-class tanker for Talon 1958 in the Hummel. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 8 in this one. And he got a Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate from that one was 4,148. And as he says, he has to move to stay alive and keep fighting. Well, he certainly did. And he kept moving, but his teammates and the other Artys didn't. And that's why they died. And of course, he was very careful not to expose himself to enemy fire. When he went around that corner to get a shot at the cap, he could have been seen by that Jagdpanther, but luckily he wasn't, so he got a shot into the guy and reset the cap. Let's have a look at the team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. Note that actually went to the T-34 2GFT. 2,362 hit points of damage for him. 2,274 for that IS and 2,216 for the Tiger 1. Talon managed to get 1,963 hit points, which makes him 4th highest on damage. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the T-34 2GFT and the Tiger 1. They got 3 kills each. Talon managed to get joint 2nd place with 2 kills. The Jagdpanther, the Easy 8, the IS and the T-34-85M on the enemy team, and of course the GW Panther. And when it came to base XP, it was the T-34 2GFT. Yes, he did the best with 1,155. He actually picked up 2 medals in the game, Pescucci's and High Caliber, and Talon managed to get the 2nd highest base XP, 941 to him, and of course that Confederate. And let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 16 rounds, got 8 direct hits, no penetrations but 17 splash. Damage of 1,963 hit points, of which 1,795 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see there were some close shots in that game. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 399 hit points of damage assistance, plus 549 hit points of stun assist off 14 stuns. He also got 8 defense points when he killed the Jagdpanther and reset the cap. On a premium count, he earned 51,392 credits, got 20,000 credits for completing the mission and events, total 71,392 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 63,312 credits profit. He received 26 bonds for the game, and 1,411 XP, 8,472 for completing the mission and events, and took away 9,883 experience points altogether. So a very good demonstration by Talon of why the stock gun on the Hummel can be a lot better than the top gun. Some of those shots he made, he wouldn't have been able to make with the top gun because the trajectory of the shell would have been wrong. He wouldn't have been able to shoot into the factory, and he certainly wouldn't have been able to shoot over the rubble into the heavy tanks that are congregating on that corner next to the factory. So yeah, he got some good shots in there and only got those simply because he was using the stock gun. So well done. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.